Hello, gore whores and fellow deadites. I'm Brendan,
I'm Sam.
and welcome to Our Life in Horror.
We're doing a review.
We're doing a movie review of a movie we've been wanting to review for so long.
I know, because we watched it 4 years ago.
Probably. We're living in Paris.
Yeah, so probably close to 4 years ago.
Yeah, Paris, Ontario.
Paris, Ontario. Yeah, people always think we're bougie. We're not.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it's been a minute, so I'm excited that we got to revisit it and we got to, get another viewing of it and see if we still enjoyed it as much as we did the first time.
A sober viewing.
A sober viewing, yes. Full disclosure, the first time we watched it, we were on
mushrooms.
Yeah, fun guys.
Yep.
And the movie was very sparkly and pretty.
It was.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring on our guests though. We've got Anthony and Aly are back, and they're together.
They're sharing a screen.
Hey. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I get to be included.
Oh my god. It's a party.
That's cool.
That's sweet. How'd you do that?
He does it with like the horns. If he does that, then it does it. I don't know. It only works when he does it. Well, there we go.
Oh, there we
go. You try it. Let's see what you can do.
Does that happen on our end, or is it your computer?
It's I think if you use like an Apple product, it has some kind of built-in thing to where it does it. So it works on my phone and it works on this tablet I'm using here.
Not us.
Okay. Yep. Not us. We got like the Mac PC.
Do the heart thing.
I don't know if it'll do it. I think it's like that. Oh, I got it to work.
Oh,
yes!
I love it. It's so cute.
It's so cool.
That's so fun.
It never wants to my end.
For anyone that may have missed you guys on our channel last time, can you guys tell everyone where they can find you, talk about your channel? I've got both links in the chat. Ryan Swayze's got links in the chat already. I've got your Instagram, Aly, in the description as well.
Mr. Swayze. What's up, Mr. Swayze?
Yeah, he's always on it.
Yeah, you can just find me at Anthony's Horror and More, where I do movie reviews, talk about physical media, talk about collectibles like NECA figures and Spirit Halloween statues and all that kind of good stuff. So that's where you can find me. Yeah. And then Aly?
Yeah, and then me, it's just under my name, alydematti, on Instagram, Letterboxd, very active on Letterboxd. So you can definitely find me posting stuff on there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Awesome.
So was this was your guys' first time watching the Furies, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I'm very curious to see what you guys thought of it. But before we get into that, we're going to say what's up to the chat. I see there's some questions in here, and then we will get to it. Another shout out to Ryan Swayze. He's the best, always on top of things for us here.
Yes,
Don't forget to like and subscribe to us and Anthony, and go follow Aly. Johnny here. What's your favorite Italian horror movie? What's your favorite, guys?
For me, I think I would probably go with Opera.
And I'd go with Deep Red.
Yeah.
I think Opera is the only Italian one we've seen, or I've seen.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of thinking that. I've seen Zombie Flesh Eaters too.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I do love Zombie too. Zombie's fire. Yeah, that's right up there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a super long time since I've seen it. So like, I think the most recent one I watched was Opera too,
and it was good.
I had a really good time with Opera. I really did. I have a bunch of Argento movies. We just have not gotten around to throwing them in yet.
We need to do a dive on those.
Yeah, we do.
We also really liked the New York Ripper. That was another good one.
Really I want to see that.
I want to see it too because of the Daffy Duck voice.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. It's so good, dude. It's hilarious, man. It'll crack you up.
Hi, Kylie Tinkle. Thank you for being here. What's your favorite horror comedy?
Ooh,
you guys have an answer for that? Yeah. I know it is hard.
There are a lot of good ones. Oh, for me, I'd probably go Cabin in the Woods. I love Cabin in the Woods. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many good ones, but I don't want to like not mention one that I love, but I'm like drawing a blank.
Yeah, we'll just throw out the first one. What's the first one that comes to your head?
Well, like this is a more recent one that I did love. It's not my favorite, but like Renfield was a lot of fun, and that was like horror comedy.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed that one.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I think Final Girls for me. Another one that came to mind was Zombievers.
Yeah.
I've really come to appreciate horror comedies in the last couple of years. Like I've been, like Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Oh, that one's so good.
I'm gonna go Final Girls. I really, really like that movie.
That one is fun.
Wait, I already know Brendan's Evil Dead.
I was gonna say Army of Darkness or Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is like a perfect horror comedy.
Yes, yeah, or yeah, that's right, yeah, because really, Army of Darkness is way more of like a horror comedy than the rest of them, or Evil Dead too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like I was debating on Army of Darkness, but it leans so far into like the fantasy comedy, and then it's horror. At least Shaun of the Dead's like comedy horror or horror
exactly.
comedy.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay.
And then even the shirt you're wearing, Terrifier, that's another good one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Since we were doing a slasher movie, I thought I'd rep some slasher clothing.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think we're all repping slashers.
We are.
Nice.
I did this
Look
for
at
you,
us.
Sam, because we were just talking about the Nightmare on Elm
Yes.
Street remake. Gotta show it some love since no one else wants to.
Love it. Do you prefer a 90-minute movie or 3-hour movie? 90-minute for me. I can answer that real quick.
Yeah, for me, more of a 90-minute, 3 hours. I'll tell you, it better be a damn good movie. If it's going to be 3 hours, because you got to warrant that runtime. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to make it like, you know, like Goodfellas is what, like 2.5 hours or whatever. But that movie flies by for me like it's 90 minutes because it's so damn good. The writing is excellent. So, you know, something like that, okay, but
Also, like the Hateful Eight, and isn't Once Upon a Time in Hollywood close to 3 hours as well?
Yeah.
Like 2 hours and 40 something minutes.
close to it, yeah. Those fly
I've
by
been
as
wanting
well.
to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also like 3 hours is a big commitment. I do tend to throw on the longer movies every once in a while, like a lot of foreign, like Korean movies and stuff like that. Like her pushing like 3 hours. The last one I watched that was relatively close to that long was probably The Wailing, and really enjoyed it. But it didn't feel like a chore to get through. But at the same time, I could have thrown on like Possession and had a good time with that too, which is probably like a 90-minute ghost story.
Yeah.
So I'll probably take the 90-minute over a 3 hour too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan Hill, thanks for being here. Never
Hey.
heard of this movie. It kind of flew under the radar, I feel like.
Well, this is a Shudder original. I left the case. I left the
Oh,
movie.
is it?
Yeah, I left the movie upstairs. Well, they say it's a Shudder original, but I think they just got the distribution rights and then
Okay.
claimed it.
It's an Aussie slasher movie.
Yep.
I would recommend it. I don't know if these guys would yet. We'll get into that. I'm excited. John Doe Juggalo. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Jeff. Jeff is not in the name, but that's okay. John Doe, Jeff Joe Juggalo. Don't know if hopefully I remember that, Jeff.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's got a great channel too.
Thanks for being here tonight. Hey Gene, thanks for being here. Corey's here.
Hey, Corey.
What's up, buddy?
I wasn't gonna do it. Oh, no, maybe not. I tried. We
No
love you,
hearts for
Corey.
Princey.
Prince, what's up, bud? What's up?
Thanks for being here. And Jamie.
Oh,
Jamie.
Here. I hope you're doing better.
Yeah.
Jamie said in Corey's stream earlier today that she's going to be streaming hopefully this weekend to share her story. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Good.
I hope you are recovering.
Yeah, me too.
How many movies can you watch in 1 week?
Hmm.
I mean, I'd say at the least 7, at least, because I could usually watch like 1 a day at least. So I guess that's a good number for me.
Yeah, seven's very reasonable because I feel like she definitely watches even more than that. You know, you're pretty good, especially when the weekend comes. You're pretty good at like racking them
I
up.
can get like 3 or something.
Yeah.
If I don't have anything to do.
Yeah, so I would say really like even like 10 in a week is fair. Yeah.
Wow. I probably only watch like 3 a week.
Yeah, I'm also in the low numbers. I'm probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, it depends on the week.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of reality TV, so
yeah. Sometimes I can crush it. Like I'll do 7 for 7, but there's TV shows out right now that I'm watching, and those take up time, and then work schedule. Just sometimes I'm not able to get a movie in at the end of the night.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
sometimes
I know
spend
on both of our letterboxes, we're both like over 100 for our movie watches for this year alone, just this
Wow.
year. So yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I got to get back on keeping up to date with my letterbox, but I don't think I've watched too much lately.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie Loves Suspiria. That's one I really want to see.
Great.
I know. You got to watch it. It's sitting there.
Great score in that.
Texas.
Oh, Russell.
What's up, Russell?
Hey.
Russell. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we used to call
Thanks for
him
being
Texas
here.
for the longest time until we learned his name.
Yeah.
Now we know it's Russell.
Yeah. Russell does a lot of watch-alongs and stuff over on his channel, so he's got some cool stuff. over
Okay,
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Anthony, I watch 10 movies every freaking week, so my box is very loaded.
Oh yeah, I know.
A lot.
Prince racks them up too on Letterboxd. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Reign of Horror, thanks for being here.
Hey.
What's up, Rain? Such a cool name.
I know, I like that name too. I recommend Better Off Zed.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I don't know that.
What's that title?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say write that down. That's okay, Jamie. I think Ryan can cover you. We don't need the mods often anyway, but appreciate it. Shaun of the Dead, more like Simon of the Peg.
Oh.
Helpy Dooby Doo for Sunday Watch. Harriet the Spy or French Connection?
I vote Harry the Spy because of Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah, but
I was gonna say the
I'd
same
say that too.
thing. I don't know what French Connection is actually.
But Gene Hackman also just passed away. Yeah, Gene Hackman also passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, so they both just. But you know what? I'll give it to Harriet the Spy as well as a good watch, because that's a good childhood film to check out. You know, kind of. And she was so young. It's sad that she passed away at only 39. That's like terrible.
I know.
Gene Hackman, you know, he was like 93, 94, something like that. He was up there, but with Michelle Trachtenberg, that's really sad, you know. Because I grew up watching her in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Harriet the Spy, Euro Trip, you know.
Yeah, Euro Trip for sure.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
That
So-
Black Christmas or Black Xmas.
Black
right?
Xmas is
Yeah.
going to be really sad to watch next year.
Yeah. Gene Hackman's death is wild. Like him, his wife, and his dog all passed away at the same
Yeah.
time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they think.
Yeah.
I wonder if something happened. There must have been something going on there. You know, maybe like a leak in the house or something to take all of them. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, and they were all in separate rooms. I think what I heard was like carbon dioxide poisoning.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Scary.
it's terrible.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's,
Scary stuff. Hey, Holland.
Hey,
Holland. Now it's official.
Thanks.
We got Holland Oates.
Getting rowdy in the chat. Big Rod's here too. Hey, Big Rod. I'm sitting here with my small 39 movies watched this year. Hopefully we'll add a few this weekend though. I might be around the same, Corey.
yeah, Corey.
Honestly.
I feel you. I'm a
Yeah.
little less.
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna pull it up right now, but I'm probably around that.
I was doing so well at the start of the year, and then bam, just no good no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was falling behind.
You were doing really good.
I know.
Sorry.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Question for Aly. Which nickname do you like better?
Oh.
Wilkie Wonka or Robert Eggnog? Yes, Ferratu.
Oh man. I don't know. I used to go with Wilkie Wonka because that one's great, but Robert Eggnog, yes, Ferratu, I gotta go with that. That's epic.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That's funny.
I love that. That's amazing.
Reign of Horror, thank you.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
very nice.
Well, something to kick off the weekend.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. Let me get a which one should I play?
Super chat. It's up to you.
I know. We need to get some more downloaded.
All right, well, who'd like some appetizers?
Thanks, Rain. We appreciate that.
That's awesome.
I know this is probably so off topic, but I am so excited for the new Scary Movie.
Oh,
Oh,
not off topic. I literally just played a clip.
Yeah, I guess. But like everybody's coming back.
Yeah. Is Anna Faris?
Yes.
Good.
And Brenda's gonna be back. The guy that played Bobby's gonna be back. Shorty, clearly, and Marlon Wayans. They're all gonna be back. I am just jazzed. Have you heard?
I'm excited.
Have you guys heard the like synopsis for it?
No.
No,
So it's
I didn't know there was one.
So this is like this is the general idea I've heard so far, but it's gonna be like set in New York City, and Ghostface is running around, but he's gonna be disguising himself as different like horror icons over the last 10 years and tormenting Sydney again.
That's cool.
I like it.
I wonder if like I wonder what movies they're gonna tackle. Like they gotta do Terrifier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm excited. It's
Yeah,
gonna be fun.
maybe Conjuring, because that was such a big, that whole Conjuring universe was like huge for a while there too.
Mhm.
Like the Nun or something.
The Nun and all that, all that whole universe. Yeah,
Yeah. There's been a lot of movies since their last one, so
I know. The lipstick demon they could do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
they could do Halloween because we just had that new Halloween trilogy. I mean, so that's fairly recent, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks again, Rain. Holland says I'm not getting rowdy with these mods in here. Holland, you rowdy and not using a coaster. All right, the Furies. I'm going to get into a little bit of the facts, and then we are going to get into it. Kidnapped and afraid, a woman finds herself fighting to stay alive as an unwilling participant in a deadly game where women are hunted by masked men. This is a 5.4 on IMDb and a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it is starring Arlie Dodds, Ebony Vagulens, Linda No, Danielle Horvat, Taylor Ferguson, Caitlin Boy, Leo Strip, Tom O'Sullivan. I'm going to leave it there. I think a lot of these ones are probably masked men. But yeah, spoiler-free thoughts. What did you guys think of the movie?
Did this movie gross anything real quick?
I didn't see anything.
There's
Like,
no
this has
budget.
hardly any fun facts. I didn't see a budget. Director is Tony D'Aquino.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you guys think?
Overall, I wasn't a big fan of this one. I'm not gonna lie, but there were
Okay.
some really good, like, redeeming factors about it. You know what I mean? But overall, I would say probably more of a miss for me. What about you, Aly?
Yeah, it was a little different than I expected. Great kills and all that, but aside from that, not the best. But
Okay.
yeah, but
That's fine.
still worth a watch, you know.
How was your time this time?
I'd give it like a little bit of an above average slasher.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it. I think there's just not quite enough meat on the bones
Okay.
Yeah.
of this movie. You know.
Yeah, personally, I'm in the same boat. Didn't blow me away or anything, but I had fun with it still. Like, I really enjoyed the kills. I enjoyed some of like the masks and stuff. But we'll get more into that with the spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you guys end up buying this movie, or did you like watch it on Shudder?
We watched on Shudder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like if they had to like rent it or something. It was free though on Shudder, right?
Yeah, it should be. It says
Okay.
Shudder on the
Okay.
DVD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get into spoilers. So describe this movie in 3 words.
Okay, so I'll say bloody, bright, really bright, and boring for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Aly?
Kind of similar. Gory, slow, and overall unsatisfying just mainly the ending I found kind of unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get that.
I think everybody's gonna have gory.
Yeah.
Gory, and I put down awesome killers.
Yeah.
Those are my last two words.
Heck
I
yeah.
actually don't have gory or bloody, but I put beauty beast slasher.
Ooh, I like
Oh,
that.
you really cheated
Why?
because it's like Beauty and the Beast, right? So you just took it right out there.
Beauty beast slasher.
Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
fair.
Who's your favorite character?
So for me, it was the Leatherface Killer. I thought he looked really cool with like the mask and all the body parts. He had like the feet hanging down by his feet, and he had like a whole skin suit on. That guy was dope. I thought he was really. I liked that character a lot. What about you?
I liked the pig one, but if I had to pick one favorite, I would go with the owl one with the pitchfork. It had a really cool look. So
That one was like really just like thrown in there, and it's so different from everything else. I like
Yeah.
the look of him.
Yeah.
I went with Kayla.
Kayla. Yeah, I went with Kayla too.
She's like
the lead, yeah.
the lead. Yeah, I actually don't mind her arc. Like, it's okay. She becomes like self-reliant, right? That's like the whole point. I feel like of the movie is she becomes self-reliant and badass by the end of it.
Yeah. Because in the beginning she feels like a burden.
Yeah, she feels like a burden, and she doesn't. It looks like she doesn't really stick up for herself or take any risks of any kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some strong survival instincts too. I mean, she takes out her own eye.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
I'm gonna go with her too. Who's your least favorite character?
We had the same one.
We have the same one, and that is Rose.
Yep.
I wanted to
Me
throw
too.
Rose. I wanted to throw Rose in front of a fucking freight train. I mean, I just absolutely hated her character. I wanted her to get like curb stomped at some point. I mean, I was just like, Jesus, drive me nuts, that character.
There was a small window where she was better when she was not speaking as much and just like fighting back and doing cool stuff. But then as soon as she started talking again, it was just like, oh, she just went backwards.
Baby voice. It's the baby voice.
And the sad eyes all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Aly said she was doing her best Jenna Ortega impersonation with like the sad eyes and like the gloomy pouty dog face, you know. Like, you know.
That's so funny. Yeah, she's definitely my least favorite as well.
Yeah, me too. I actually forgot how, like, I knew one of the women that they meet later on was like bad, but I couldn't remember which one. And then as soon as I saw her, I was like, "Oh, it's her," and I just like wrote her down in huge capital letters. She's so annoying. Like, it drives me bonkers. I would have killed her off, no problem myself. But
easily. I wouldn't have felt bad about it either.
Yeah, like this is what happens when you homeschool your kids, everyone. Like,
yeah, that's what it felt like too. It really did. Yeah.
She was like desperate to be liked, and like some of her lines were super cringy. Where she's like, "Oh, what she say? Like I saved you. We're friends now," or like you saved me. We're friends now. I'm like, okay, I guess that's how it works.
Friends don't leave friends.
Who had the best performance?
Let's see. So best performance for me, it was the Leatherface Killer. Because, and I'll tell you why, because a lot of people don't, look at this kind of stuff, but I really like the physical acting of killers like Jason and Friday the 13th. And, these kind of guys that it's, they don't speak, but there's a lot of physicality and stuff to their performances. And just, so I really appreciated the Leatherface Killer guy. To me, just, even though he doesn't say anything, I just like that performance the best out of the rest of them,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, was he the one that got like pretty physical with people, like grabbing them and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I was including the killers, because I didn't know if I should, since they didn't actually like speak or anything, they were just like physical, then probably the same. But as far as like the other actors, none of them.
Yeah.
Welcome, Skulder. Thanks for being here.
Skulder, hello. What's up, buddy?
Who's your best performance?
I went with Kayla out of everybody. Like, I feel like she only plays like one thing though, and it's like I'm upset. You never truly really get to see her like do any other kind of emotion throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
So
Unless she's going into like a epileptic episode.
yeah, but you don't even get to
Oh
see
my
that.
gosh.
No.
You just see like close-ups of, and she's just standing still. Like she doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not like
All these
she
profile
convulses.
shots.
Yeah.
There's so
Close-ups on her eyes and stuff.
so many profile shots. So
There
many,
is,
right?
yeah.
Exactly what she was saying. Like close up of this side of her face, and this side, then the eyes, and then they just kept doing that so many times. We're like, okay, we get it. We
Yeah,
get
there
it.
were multiple times that I said out loud, enough. Like, okay, I'm tired of seeing her face.
I mean, she's the beauty. You gotta throw her on there. Beauty. Don't get to see too much of her beast though.
Yeah. I went with her too. I didn't really think to include any of the killers, but
Yeah, I didn't either.
I can't really think of who I would pick. But
I'd definitely say like the Leatherface guy.
yeah.
He's like the most prominent one that you do see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's probably a few that you don't see because I think there's a few kills off screen. So like there's a few killers that are never shown.
Yeah. Score and soundtrack.
I thought it was just kind of meh. You know, it wasn't bad, but it didn't really stand out either. It was kind of just like a generic score in the background, you know. So it was like serviceable. What did you think?
I enjoyed the score. I thought that it like elevated the movie. That was a highlight for me for sure that I noticed. So
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay. I didn't really notice the score, so
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I commented on the sound design, like when the one beast is like scratching the shed siding and windows with his
the sigh.
what is that is? That pointy thing. I don't know. It just was like kind of like eerie and gross. But yeah, other than that, the score was fine. I didn't notice it too much either, to be honest.
I'm a sucker for a good score, so I feel like I'm always listening for that.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
I try to, but then sometimes I forget. So
I'll get sucked into the movie and then it just blows right by me.
yeah. Princey wants to know if you're a gamer. If so, what's your favorite game?
I am an ex-gamer as of right now. I play a bunch of games on my phone, which doesn't really count. My favorite game, I really like Dead Space. Like the first two Dead Space games are wicked. The second one leans a little too hard into the action, but not nearly as hard as the third. I never got to play it remastered. I actually just sold my Xbox in the last half of the year.
Yeah, because you never used it.
Yeah, but like then, of course, as soon as I do sell it, there's new games being announced that I would like to play, but no, I'm not going to.
Yeah. Ooh, deep cut there.
What? What's wrong with Dead Space?
Do you guys game?
I used to, like growing up, I played like the PlayStation 2 and did like computer games, Nintendo 64. But nowadays, I mean, I do play the Switch sometimes now that I got one, thanks to him for a birthday present.
Yeah.
I do love like Animal Crossing. I love that one. It's really fun.
I used to play same thing, Nintendo 64 a lot back in the day. GoldenEye, Sarge's Heroes, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon, some of those Pokemon Stadium, all that kind of stuff. So for me, that was about it. I played, a little bit of PlayStation 2, maybe some Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. Some Super Nintendo, Pac-Man, stuff like that. But that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to play Pokemon Stadium a lot.
Hell
On
yeah.
the N64, yeah. Now, if anything, like I'll play The Sims, and that's about it.
Oh,
But I
love
haven't
The
even done
Sims.
that in a long time. It's so much fun.
James Bond on N64 all the way.
So good, dude. Oh, it's
Awesome.
fire, man.
Hey, Ashley, my sweet perspective.
Hey,
What's
How's
up,
it
Ashley?
going? Thanks for being here. He's saying, know what I mean by deep cut is it's a great game.
Oh, awesome.
I think he was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
okay.
like, oh, deep cut.
I don't totally agree what they did with the remaster, but I think it still could work. I just haven't played. So, like in the original Dead Space game, you never get to see Isaac's face, and he never speaks. In the remaster, you get to see his face and he speaks. And it's like totally kind of. I think it could take you out of the movie, out of the game. But I don't know. I'll have to play it one day. It was such a cool game because like it was designed so that every playthrough there would be different jump scares.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like the monster would never attack you twice in the same gameplay. It's so cool that way.
Okay. Back to the Furies cinematography.
I said that it was very bright, like, you know, because most of it's, I mean, the whole thing's during the day, you know, so it's, you know, they're outside in the middle of the woods for the most part, and it's just so bright, you know, and kind of glossy looking, you know, but I mean, you know, I'll cut it some slack. I mean, you know, I'm sure it's made on like a low budget and all that kind of stuff, so it is what it is, but it was just, that to me that just sometimes takes away a little bit of the suspense when it's so bright you can kind of see everything coming or whatever. But yeah, it kind of, you know what, it kind of reminds me of like a sci-fi original movie, like the way it's shot, something like that, you know what I mean, like that kind of style. What about you?
Well, I think I was going to mention this. The only nighttime scene we got was that opening scene, and it was like under the or like the bridge or whatever. But so I liked the like filming locations, but yeah, I thought like the brightness and all that was like a little too much, kind of distracting. I wish they kind of toned it down and just had a better like, I don't know. I guess it would be the lighting or maybe just like the color palette. I don't know. It was just kind of not super aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's washed out a little bit now, kind of thinking about it.
Yes.
So it's nice to know that the sparkly kind of feel that you guys got wasn't just the mushrooms that we were on when we watched it.
I was looking for that too when we were watching it last night. I was like, is this movie actually sparkly?
A little bit.
Not as sparkly, but a little bit.
As for cinematography, for me, I really love this location. I think this forest is so cool. Like I think it's like otherworldly looking. I like that the trees are like white and they're all super thin and they're kind of all over the place as where they branch out. And I like. Oh, I guess I don't really have that much written. I do agree with you guys. I just put that for some reason. I put down Beauty and the Beast written on the each box is kind of neat, but I don't know why I put that down.
I wrote that too.
B6,
B6.
Yeah,
they're like numbered too, so like it's like numbered with your beast, like matches with your beast.
Yeah, like paired. You know, I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool as well.
Yeah. I like the shot of the coffin when it like zooms out and you see how big this forest actually is.
Yeah.
And it's like literally like a little speck. You don't even see the coffin anymore. That's how big this forest is.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite settings for a slasher is the like backwoodsy feels, so like Wrong Turn and stuff. So I do enjoy this setting and location. I do agree it's very bright and like almost white, like it takes the color right out and just it's bright.
Yeah, what's neat about like the nature around it is that there's all these trees but like there's no leaves on them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So that's what I really liked about the setting.
Yeah,
it's like almost impossible to hide because like there's no leaves, there's no real camouflage or anything. You're just kind of like out in the open almost. Yeah,
I mean that girl did try to hide in like the tree trunk.
Yeah,
and that lasted.
Yeah,
she tried not too long, but
Anarchy Parlor, The Furies, House of Wax, The Dark Half. There, my horror comeback is sorted in October. I'm taking notes in my head.
Absolutely. Love House of Wax. Love The Dark Half. The Dark Half is a really underrated Stephen King movie.
I've never seen
underrated.
I haven't seen it either. It's a George A. Romero movie too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Anarchy Parlor though. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I just reviewed that one a couple weeks ago for channel members. It is not great, but it's very Hostel vibes, I guess. It's basically just like Hostel, but in a tattoo shop, and it's like a group of friends that go to another country and they're partying, and one of them gets seduced by this beautiful girl with tattoos, and they go to the tattoo parlor, and bad things happen.
That sounds kind of cool though. I like that. Okay.
I didn't mind it, but just go into it knowing the acting is real bad. It's super cheesy, but it's got Hostel vibes, and I love Hostel. So
I love Hostel and Hostel too. I love both of those.
Hostel too, yeah, the bloodbath.
Yeah, there's the one guy in there though. That's a good actor.
The tattoo artist.
The tattoo artist.
Yeah. It's not terrible. It's like, just don't go into it thinking it's gonna be like.
Yeah, I can't remember what this guy's name is, but once you see him, you'll be like, "Oh, it's that guy." I've seen him in like anything. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's free on Tubi probably. So Tubi or Plex, probably Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi's got everything.
Yeah. Favorite costumes and outfits.
Ooh, yeah, there were a lot of great costumes in this. The Birdman, Pigman, and the Leatherface guy, all amazing masks and costumes. Like, they killed it with those characters. Really loved their looks, and yeah, anytime those guys, anytime any of the killers were on screen, I was really enjoying the movie, because I think that's really where the fun came out of it and stuff. And whoever did, well, I know we'll get to that, but I was gonna say, like, just the practical effects and everything, it's like top notch. Yeah. But what do you think of?
Yeah, well, the one I wrote down was still my favorite character, like the owl one. I just loved his look, but all of them were awesome. The Leatherface type one was very creative, especially the feet, or like the legs, the additional legs that he had on. I was like, well, what was happening here? I was like, why do you need extra feet? It's a little creepy.
That's cool.
It threw me off. I was like, what is happening here? But it was unique, so I give him that.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down all the killers too. Like, they're so cool.
Yeah,
you guys
all
talked
of
a lot
them.
about you guys talked about the Leatherface guys, but what about like the guy, the B6? He's got like this weird welded on kind of face, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's pretty hard to look at. It's gruesome.
With like the holes and stuff in it.
Yeah, the holes and the scratches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he was dope too. They were all of them were really, they were all cool looking. Yeah.
I think the one's the baby face or doll face or whatever his name is. I like his look too. I was
you stealing my notes?
No, I'm not, sorry. I'm just.
I literally have baby face written there, and you're looking down.
Actually, I was reading off your phone. I saw that his name was Babyface.
My phone's not even on.
No,
earlier.
I saw it in the casting. Yeah.
Get your own fucking notes.
Brendan got busted.
I love it. Moving on.
I'm joking. You can continue.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just, he's neat looking too. I feel like he was very sort of underutilized, but I'm curious to know like what the other ones were, because I feel like there was more characters I just didn't get to see.
I feel like they were all paired up.
The people we see, but there's screams like beforehand.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys already said them all. The baby face, the pig, the Leatherface, the guy with the holes, which was very, what's that phobia? Trypophobia or something?
I almost brought that up.
Yeah, that triggered me.
That, so
yeah,
that
was gross.
Like that. I did not like his mask. It was very unsettling to look at.
What's trypophobia?
Like, you don't like clusters of holes.
Oh, okay.
I can show you some nasty Google images later.
Oh, I've seen them. Like people like
skin crawl.
Yeah, with like all the holes in their hands and stuff. Yeah, it's gross.
That. And then I like the blonde girl's red checkered pants and her denim coat. I'm gonna throw that out there, but we can move on.
Might as well mention.
I have not seen the monkey yet. Have you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have too. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I wasn't really a big fan because I mean, I thought it was okay. You know, it was okay. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I just thought it was like kind of middle of the road because it felt like a mix of like Idiocracy and Final Destination, and it didn't really do either one great for me. Like I would rather just watch Final Destination, or I'd rather just watch Idiocracy or something. But it's really leaning into the horror comedy aspect, especially the comedy. But Aly
Yeah,
really dug it.
I did enjoy it a lot, even though I had a horrible theater experience. I still enjoyed the movie.
Oh, that sucks. I hate that.
Yeah.
I really want to see it. I think we'll wait for streaming or physical media, but I enjoy horror comedies, so
There you go.
I'm hoping that I go into it and like it, but we'll see.
Well, it's like dark comedy. I feel like it's not like laugh out loud, or it wasn't for me, but I found it like amusing, and I appreciated what they were going for. So if you like dark
Okay.
comedy, I think you guys will like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
There's really good gore and kills and stuff, so I know you'll appreciate that.
Sure.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tooby dooby doo. I swear these two lovebirds, Anthony and Aly, knows my obsession.
Yes. I'm obsessed
funny.
with Tubi as well.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I made my live stream commenting debut on here. I just love sharing thoughts and supporting the tubers. I hope you don't mind me filling the comment section. No,
not
that's
at
why
all.
we're live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment
Prince-
away.
Prince is awesome. He's awesome. He always asks really good questions too, and yeah.
Yeah, happy to
great
have
guy.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Okay, so we did costumes. Memorable lines. I had one, and I don't even know if I would really count it as a memorable line, but hey.
Yeah, because I wasn't a big fan of the dialogue in the movie for the most part. It was, because between Rose and even the lead actress at least got better. I liked her as she went on. Like by the end of the movie, I was like, okay, at least now she's kind of like a badass. She's got the blood on her face, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, all right, she's starting to redeem herself a little bit more. But I wrote for a cringy line. The one lady says, "It's a fucked up world with fucked up men" or something, and it just felt like a little bit of like, why is that in there? You know what I mean? But I'm like, why is that? Like that line stood out to be a little cringy to me. What about you?
And also like the graffiti at the beginning about like the patriarchy and stuff. I was like, why is that even in here?
Yeah.
It could have been different. It wasn't necessary. It did nothing for the movie to be.
Because this came out in 2019, which is only a few years after like the Me Too movement. And after the Me Too movement, there was just this huge wave of movies really just shitting on men in general, and the patriarchy and this and that.
Like that Black Christmas remake that everybody hates.
Black Christmas 2019, right? And there's a ton of movies that came out that just, like men suck, blah 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 blah. Like, yeah. So yeah, I think that's all it was.
But all that being said, yeah. No memorable lines, like, for good, and yeah, the bad ones were cringy. There were several of those.
Yeah, I just have I can't remember. It's one of the girls at the beginning. Alice, maybe? Is Alice the blonde one?
Sheena is the blonde one, I think.
Okay, so Alice has a speech about why she stuck around with Kayla about the pig hunting thing and the slow pigs. I was like, okay, that makes sense. I don't know if you'd want to tell the person that you're hanging out with if that's your fucking plan, but I'm like, it makes sense to hang around somebody like that. Sure.
Yeah.
And then she immediately dies after, so her plan doesn't work at all. But
yeah.
Okay.
I literally just wrote down when the main girl goes, "Come on, then," after she screws the thing into. She's, "Come on, then."
Yeah, because she killed.
Like, I guess
killer,
I'll write that.
And then the other one was like peeking in, and she said that, and then he just left. He was like, "Nope," he got out of there.
Not fucking with that chick.
Yeah, I wrote that one down too.
Did you? Okay. What was your guys' favorite kill? This will be a fun question. 'cause it's a
Oh,
slasher.
so
You're missing the category. You wanna do lines disliked?
Oh, they already kind of said their cringy
Oh.
ones, though.
yeah,
You guys didn't have any other lines, right?
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Anything?
Did you have disliked?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Anything fucking Rose says.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's just that
Preach.
simple. I don't want to spend any more time on it than I have to because I was watching the movie last night with Sam and then I fell asleep for like a good not a good chunk, but I fell asleep in the middle of the movie. And then so I got home after work. So finished the movie last night, but like I got home after work and I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out where I left off. So I watched a good chunk in the middle and it was like a lot of Rose and I was like, fuck, like I'm rewatching just the worst parts of this fucking movie right
That
now.
was the worst. That conversation between Kayla and Rose that went on forever, I was like, okay, can we move on? Like, this dialogue is like just bad. It's not doing anything. Like, let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for favorite kill, I would definitely say is the face removal scene with the axe. That was badass. I mean that effect looks so good. I'll tell you, whoever did the practical effects and everything for this movie should be very proud because they
Yeah.
looked fantastic. Yeah, when that axe is just cutting through her face and it just lingers on it too. It just keeps going and going and going until it's like her skin's ripped off. Excellent work. Excellent work.
See, I didn't expect that. Like, I thought it was just like gonna cut like part of her cheek off, but then when it kept going and like her whole face fell off, I was like, oh, that's different.
It felt like something out of Terrifier.
It did.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It was really good. What about you, Aly?
But my favorite would be Sheena, who gets the axe to the head and like her head splits. Like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
That's really
Mhm.
cool.
You get like the geyser of blood
Yeah.
pumping out.
That was crazy, and again, something I haven't seen done like that, so I
Yeah.
appreciated that.
Yeah. I'm going to be a little different because I also face ripped off was sweet. I do love how they like linger on it and it's like a dull axe too, it seems like.
Yeah.
So it takes forever to slice through her face. I'm like, damn, that must have sucked.
When
so
we watched
good.
that for the first time on mushrooms, I was just like,
Oh my gosh.
like, what are we watching?
Yeah.
Watching this face literally just like, oh my god, yeah. That stuck out to me.
But I will go with the girl that gets her arms ripped off.
Yeah.
So
That was
good.
cool, too.
Man, that was awesome.
I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that. I forgot about that
Me
one
either.
Me
until
too.
yesterday.
Yeah, the only one I remembered from the first time we watched it was the face axe. So I was like waiting for it and I knew it was early in the movie. But it seriously was just as good as the first time we watched it. So that's my favorite kill too.
Okay.
Yeah. The arm one was really good too, though. And same with Sheena's. Like they were all
Yeah,
good.
Sheena's head was awesome.
Yeah.
The arm one surprised me. Like, I thought he was going to decapitate her because he had like a curved blade. I thought he was going to like go behind the tree and like cut her head off. But when he got her arms and ripped them off, I was like, oh. I was like surprised pleasantly. I was like, okay, that's different. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anthony, my guy, report to me. What's the recent animated movie you've seen DC wise?
Oh, you know what, man? It was still that Green Lantern, Beware My Might, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, that was the last one I saw, which was okay. You know, it wasn't I don't. Do you guys watch DC animated movies at all? You do, Brendan? Oh, cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, hell yeah.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of great ones. But yeah, that Green Lantern one was the last one I checked out, and it was just okay, kind of middle of the road. But man, I love Under the Red Hood. That's one of my favorites. So good. And then the Dark Knight Part 1 and Part 2, fantastic.
So good.
Yeah.
I really like I think my favorite, and I think it's just because I watched it young, and now it just like to me it still holds up is Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
Definitely.
so good. The last one I watched was what is it? Crisis on Infinite Worlds Part
Crisis
2.
on Infinite Earths?
Yeah.
Or you know what? No, because I'm sorry, because
The trilogy.
Yeah, because they redid there was a Crisis on Infinite Earth that was like an older one that they did, which was fantastic, but I haven't seen the trilogy that you're talking about yet. How was it?
It's okay. I'm a little confused by what's going on.
Okay.
I still all three are out now. I just
Yeah.
haven't watched the third one to actually like include the story. But yeah, I was rather confused on what's going on, and they do bring back like a lot of like characters because their plan is to like, I think with this, what I heard was with this trilogy, they're just gonna wipe out like the whole DC AU
Oh wow, okay.
and then start over with James Gunn stuff.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, that old universe had a good run. It went for a while, so it'd be fun to kind of restart it again. They do the same thing with the comic books and everything. They eventually just kind of restart it. But another one, just one more, Flashpoint Paradox is an excellent animated
So good.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah. The
and
last
so's
good
the
one,
comic book. The comic book is also excellent too. Yeah.
the last good one I think I watched was Red Sun. Superman.
Oh, yeah.
And
Heck yeah.
I never really knew anything about it, so it really took me for a loop. What happens to Batman? And I was pretty shocked in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Holland agrees. Great effects.
Yep.
Brendan and Sammy, what is your go-to feel-good serotonin boost movie? Oh, I've seen you ask this before in other chats. So a movie that just makes you really happy when you watch it. Mine is probably Piranha 3D.
Nice.
I fucking love that movie. It's so much
That's
fun.
a fun movie. That's a really fun movie. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mine probably Army of Darkness or Tremors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have a big shit-eating grin on when I'm watching those movies.
Yeah. I could throw up Friday the 13th, 2009 too for me then, but
Yeah,
you go.
Piranha 3D is even more so because of the summery vibes, I think, and the spring break.
Yeah.
Over the top, yeah.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Kyle Chandler will be a good Hal Jordan in my book in the Lantern series with Aaron Pierre. I hope I said all those names right. Aly, Daddy-O should have a sequel called Mommy-O.
No, it should not. We'll just do a different movie with Dakota Johnson, just unrelated to Daddy-O. Just forget about that.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like an independent, I think. Independent movie.
Okay. What's your least favorite kill?
Honestly, I don't have one. I thought all the kills were excellent. I really don't have one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Those were like the best parts of the movie. Like exciting and creative and
Yeah.
I went with Kayla killing her own beast.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, fuck off, really?
I put her beast.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was kind of sad. I kind of liked him, even though we don't know him. You still kind of see his character though, like when he waves at her in the beginning, and he's like you don't see his face, but you know he's smiling under there because he's so enthusiastic with that wave, and I'm like, I like you.
It was weird that she waved back at him though.
Yeah,
Like this really creepy looking guy, she waves back at him like,
I'd be freaked out.
Yeah.
You'd be like confused.
Yeah, I'd seriously put the same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just
Cool.
felt this concept could take so many different turns with it, and that just wasn't the turn I was kind of banking on, you know. And I didn't remember really how it went, all the way through, like this time I watch. So it was almost semi like a first time watch.
I could go with her friend too. Fucking Rose killing her, just slitting her throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Rose. Gore factor and special effects.
Oh man, all top notch. You know, I mean, really, I loved all of the gore, all the practical effects. The masks were great all around. The weapon choices, just everything. That was all fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I second it. Yeah, that's like the reason to watch this movie is if you love like practical effects and awesome kills. Like that's the reason to watch it. This.
we literally get to see her scoop out an eyeball. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, and it
it's
looked real too.
disgusting. I know.
That was another scene that they kind of lingered on. It looked very real. They did, once again, an excellent job with those effects and stuff. Because I
Yeah.
mean, she's really doing it. She just dives right in there and just scoops out that eyeball, and you see the whole thing.
And it looked like
Yeah.
a real head. Like, it didn't look like an obviously fake one. Like, in Terrifier, sometimes it's like really obvious, but we still love it. But in this one, it looked like a real person,
Yeah.
and they didn't like cut to it. It was like that from the beginning. So
Yeah.
they did a great job with that mold, and like,
Yeah.
it looks awesome.
Very believable.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, there's not one bad effect in this.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the best part of the movie.
Yeah, and the fact that they're all practical, just I'm surprised this never got seen, I think, as much as what it should have, just for the effects alone.
Yeah, or like even a prequel or something, like with a better story and not with Rose.
I have a cool sequel idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get to it later.
Yeah, you could go sequel too, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking Rose.
I'm glad we can all agree that Rose is the worst.
I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy we can agree with that. Yeah.
Rate the Red Hulk transformation from 1 to 10, Anthony. Brave New World.
What's funny? I haven't seen it yet, but Aly and I were thinking about going and catching it maybe like Sunday or Monday or something.
But we'll go to Beethoven.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I'd
yeah,
like to see Beethoven.
they're also showing like a flashback cinema event for Beethoven, so we might go catch that as well.
I want to see that again.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Where the fudge is Gizmo, the Norwegian maniac? He's probably
Oh.
sleeping.
Yeah, that guy comes out with some comments.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
He's
Love
busy.
it.
He's busy getting ripped because I know he's making like a new film, and I think he had to like get in super good shape for it. So I know he's doing a lot of like exercising and trying to lose. I think he's already lost like a lot of weight and stuff. So the next time you see him on stream, he might be looking a little bit more ripped. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Nice.
he's acting in the movie?
Yeah, he's yep.
Cool.
And I think it might be like his old self and a new or something, like him when he was like younger and obviously like healthier and better shape and all that, and then like when he's a little bit bigger and older or whatever, so I think he had to go and lose the weight and stuff to look younger. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was trying to do. But either way,
Okay.
it's cool. He's gonna be really super duper healthy.
Yeah.
Muscle bound Gizmo,
Storyline and pacing.
Storyline and pacing. Yeah, so the concept is really cool. You're right. I like the concept of it, like these two getting like paired together. You don't even really know, who you're paired with unless you bump into them and you find out. And because they're kind of scattered throughout this forest and everything. So, and then it, a lot of it reminded me of like The Running Man or Hunger Games or something like that, except for you're, kind of adding this new element of being paired with someone, and your other person is like this hulking beast brute of a guy just going around killing people and stuff, trying to kill the competition. So I thought that concept was neat, but it also reminded me of The Running Man too, because of the those markers that were there, and then if you like, if you go past them, it starts sounding off that alarm, and then obviously they can press a button and like explode your head, your eyeball on your head, and all that stuff. So I thought that reminded me a lot of The Running Man. But as far as the pacing was a bit weak for me, just because I didn't really like the dialogue or Rose or anything. So anytime it cut to them, it just like drastically killed the pacing. But I like the concept a lot. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I like the concept as well. I just think it could have been executed a bit better and like explained more, because like when we first see those two killers like fighting each other, I was so confused. I was like, what is happening? Like, why are they fighting each other and letting the girls run away? But then once you find out what's going on, you're like, okay, I guess I get it. But I feel like they could have done a better job of explaining like what the rules are or like what this game kind of is. But they don't. They kind of somehow figured it out themselves, which is, yeah, far fetched a little bit. But anyways, and then the pacing, yeah, it definitely dragged a lot for me because I felt like they were just trying to like drag these scenes out to make the runtime, like we were talking about. And it was only like 82 minutes, but it still felt long. Like I thought numerous times, like I wonder how much is left. Like, oh, this is kind of dragging. I was kind of bored. So not good pacing for sure.
A lot of that too is once again the budget being restricted as well. I think. I mean, obviously you could write better dialogue and stuff, but I think part of it is if they got money for like a second film, you can kind of explore this a little bit more and maybe get some some better actors and stuff in there and some better writers for the dialogue and and stuff like that and yeah, I could see you could make this concept work. You know what I mean? I think it could be something good.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of Hostel and Hostel 2, how like they introduced the kind of concept in the first one, and then in the sequel they kind of like widen that world and explain to you, like let you see it more.
Yeah,
like they could do that with this, but I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think so either.
No, it's been a while. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Want to go ahead?
Yeah. I really love this concept too. I love, like you guys already said, the Beauty and the Beast concept of them being paired up, and if you die, your beast dies. I like that Sheena kind of catches on to the fact that, like, well, if I kill you, that's one less beast chasing me. So like I like that, like she caught on to that, and there was that thrown in there because now the girls are kind of like up against each other. I didn't find it that it dragged, actually, for me. Dragged, drug. I didn't think, whatever the word is, the proper grammar. I actually thought it flew by when we were watching it last night and we paused it. I thought maybe like 25 minutes went by and it was 45 minutes. I was like, oh damn. I think maybe closer to the end it dragged a little bit, more so when Rose came in the picture. I just can't stand her, man. Like, yeah, I agree. If they had maybe like a couple better actors, maybe better dialogue, like you guys said, not directing anyone to have a baby voice in this freaking movie, it would be a lot better. But I still don't mind this movie. Like I still think it, like we said, I think it's above average. Yeah, I just really like this concept and I do want to see more of it, even though I don't think it's gonna happen, but it is what it is.
I think it did drag a little bit.
Okay.
Definitely around in the middle area. Yeah, like I think this is a great idea. It's just unfortunate that I don't think, like, there's so many different story elements you could throw in here with this idea and concept. Like, my idea was like, what if one of the girls teams up with their killer, and then like goes out and starts, like, one of the girls like infiltrates and starts murdering groups of girls because she knows what's going on. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Like, clearly they say, too, that Rose is the champion. She'll get her prepped up for the next game. So survivors of the last game are going to be in the new game every time.
Right.
And they're all going to know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's, like, already a step ahead.
Yeah.
So she could just survive forever just playing this game.
Yeah. Another thing with the storyline, I didn't love the ending where she went to that guy's house. Like I was just kind of confused.
Just sequel bait.
Yeah, I was like, why? Like, how did you find this guy?
Yeah, because I know she took the thing out of the ground that goes beep 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 beep. Like if you try to like go outside their zone. So I think it had like his company's name on it or something. So then she went to that guy's house.
Try to get some answers.
To get some answers or whatever. But yes, I mean, it's very far-fetched and what absolutely, like, it doesn't, yeah, because it's clearly, they're just going for the sequel. You know, they're just trying to set up for a sequel, and, yeah.
And it's actually kind of funny. That final scene was, like, really poorly lit. as opposed to like the super way too bright for the most of the movie. Like that other scene was so dark that you could barely see their faces. And she like showed her eye stitch, and I was like, I want to see it more close, or like I want to see what it looks like, and you could barely see it because it was all shadowy.
Yeah.
I think that's like the one CGI shot in the movie that probably wouldn't hold up if it was lit any better.
Maybe so.
Do you think it was CGI?
Yeah.
After all those practical effects they had?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't paying that much attention.
It almost feels like that scene's like a afterthought compared to like how the movie ends.
Yeah, her friend is there as a ghost. Like that was just kind of weird too.
Yeah.
Almost like some weird post-production type shenanigans going on there, you know, like, oh, you know, make sure, hey, don't forget you gotta tie in a sequel or something just in case we want to make another one, and then we gotta hurry up and make a quick little CGI eyeball or something, you know, a little eye wound, you know, and so kind of just feel like
let's throw her dead friend in there too, so when she's in the sequel, then her friend can be there as like her dead ghost mentor or whatever.
We'll make her really crazy for the sequel.
What gets me is they expected us to like really care about those friends just based on that one really short clip at the very beginning of the movie that was like not good. And then like I don't even care about their friendship. It didn't even seem like they had a good friendship. Why is she seeing her ghost now?
Because I mean all you got was that quick little spray painting thing, but then like literally within like 2 minutes they're already being abducted, and then it's like Jesus, that wasn't. I mean, because they have so much bad dialogue with Rose. I'm like, just cut that character and give us more dialogue between the two main ladies, you know, that are friends, so we actually care more about them in the story. You know, I mean, that's what I would have done. Because Rose's dialogue, they could have just cut that character or killed her off or something. You know, I mean, just And
of course she survives.
Of course she survives. Like, unbelievable.
I know. I was really hoping she'd get like some big epic death.
Me too.
And she does not.
Yeah. Corey's fixing another drink and warming up some queso dip for my he meant to say chips. But that's nice.
Today. Very nice,
Friday night. Helen says storyline was fine. The pacing was bad. There's only so much you can do wandering around in the woods for 75 to 80 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said too, Helen. I even said that to Aly as we were watching it. I'm like, good Lord, you know, this. Because once again, it's low budget, so all they have is, okay, we're going to be shooting out here in the middle of the woods, and we got to try to make it work. But it just felt like so much running back and forth in the woods, back and forth, especially at the beginning, you know, where the main character is basically completely useless or whatever, and she's having her seizures.
My gosh, I was getting so annoyed. I was like, can you please stop having seizures? Like, enough. Like, what's happening?
And it just felt very repetitive. It was like, it's like, okay, running through the woods, seizure, running through the woods, seizure. You know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus, But then you would get to the kills and the killers and everything, and I'd be like, oh man, just more of this stuff. Just do more of that, you know?
I like the different locations, though, because there was like that big field that we went into, and then when we went back into the woods, there were like buildings and cars, and like, so it was like, they did mix it up, but we were in the woods for
a
while.
You had like the tool sheds as well and all that stuff,
Yeah, the old mining town thing.
Mining town, yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Here's an interesting question, Aly and Anthony. What movie that you wrote a review on Letterboxd are your most favorite proud of?
Ooh.
Like a review that I'm most proud of?
Mm-hmm. I really love the one that I did for Donnie Darko, actually. I thought that one was really good.
Maybe The Substance for me, the first time I saw it, because I was just like blown away by it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys actually write reviews. I don't, but because we just review them on here, so I'm like, just rate it and then I log it and it's there for me to see and that I watched it.
I also did one for Blink Twice that I thought was really good because I wrote a lot, like paragraphs of stuff, because I was trying to break the film down and say exactly like what I really liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and just kind of really break it down. So I thought that one was pretty good too.
It was a really good one.
Yeah.
Go check those out.
Yeah.
Aly, on the other hand, our music tastes are multi-dimensional. I'm so happy we're besties, sissy.
Me too, Prince. He loves One Direction like I do, so.
Aw.
Nice.
Are you a Sabrina Carpenter fan?
Yeah, I like her music.
I love her.
I'm getting a little kind of burnt out just because she's like everywhere, but I do think she's really talented. I do like her music, but
Yeah. Okay. Favorite scenes? Anything, I guess, that we haven't mentioned yet?
Yeah, I think all of my favorite scenes. Yeah, I really like. We brought pretty much all of them up because they all involve the killers. So I think the lady getting her arms ripped off. I thought that was cool. Man, that poor lady. I felt bad for her because she seemed nice and she got like hit with the axe in the back,
like in her spine, and she somehow survived it.
and she survived that, and she's just trying to hide and survive. Then she gets drug out of there, over to a tree, has her arms ripped off. I'm like, damn, man, that should have happened to Rose's punk ass,
Yeah, should
But yeah, all those scenes with the kills and everything, awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out. Trying to think of a couple that I haven't mentioned already. I'm gonna go with the one guy when he gets his fingers cut off and then it's literally squirting out blood and he feeds the blood to her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that's so gross.
That scene is fire. Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up. I forgot about it, but I love that scene.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, and that was like one of the things I fell asleep in last night.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's like one of the best parts too.
Yeah, because I woke up when she just screams, "Come on, then!"
Yeah,
and that's what I woke up. I really like some of like the comedic moments in this. I know there's probably not a lot of them, but like they all involve like the killers. So like we talked about like the beast waving at Kayla randomly, and it just seems super friendly about it. And he also goes to shake her hand before she like gets him the axe to the chest. He's just like, put her there. And it's like, yeah, they're gonna team up, and then bam, she kills him. And then we talked about like Babyface like looking in at the mess of what Kayla's doing.
Yeah.
And she screams at him, and he's like, nope, I'm out.
He just dips out real quick.
He dips out. That was fun. I laughed out loud with that one too. I thought that was good. Yeah.
I like that she actually went and was twisting it in him because movies where you knock down the killer and then you just run and it's like make sure he's dead, and like she made sure he was dead. So I just props to her for that.
I thought she was
the weapon and run away. I'm like, no, take the weapon with you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And they always stab him once and then they run. It's like, keep on stabbing, or at least hold on to the knife for the love of God.
Like Jamie Lee Curtis and Halloween. He's like, girl, what are you doing?
Jesus. Yes. I love that movie, but there are some even choices in that movie that are like, God damn, stab. Keep stabbing his ass.
Do you have any more?
Nope. No, I think we talked about a lot of them.
Yeah. Anything with the killers, really, right? Like the kills, the faces. Yeah. Masks. Least favorite scenes? Rose?
Yes.
Rose. Yes. Anything with Rose, basically. Yeah. The only thing I'll say is when Rose finally like kind of like broke bad and she stopped with the whining and the this and the that, and then finally I was like, okay, like this character, you can see a little something there, because now she's like full on evil mode. She's kind of like turned. She's not just playing this frightened, kind of weak-willed little person anymore. Now so I did like that moment, where she kind of turned and she slit the lady's throat, and she's like just pissed and all that stuff. Because I'm like, okay, well, at least now her character is like showing some backbone. Like she's actually being a little bit more proactive in her choices instead of just relying on other characters the entire time. So, but yeah, pretty much everything else with Rose I hated. Yeah.
Like that drawn out conversation in that shed that just went on and on and on. It was like, you do not need this long conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides Rose, I'll I'll say the underutilization of the owl mask.
Yes.
And the pig one. They did not have enough screen time, and they were so cool
Yeah.
looking.
She said the same thing when we were watching it too. She's like, "Oh, the Birdman's dead already, you know, and the pig man." Yeah.
We finally see the owl, and he has a pitchfork, and I'm like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And then he's dead before I know it. I'm like, oh, "What?" Like, come on.
Because he looks like he would have been like a stealth killer in those woods. Like he would have been sneaking up and killing some people. So it would have been cool to at least seen him get one person at least.
With the pitchfork,
Yeah. I'm gonna hit some comments here, and then we'll get into our final couple categories. Bloodwire Radio. Hey, do you consider The Silence of the Lambs a horror film? What do you guys think?
I do. I mean, I also count it as a thriller, you know, but I count it as like horror, thriller, mystery, you know. But absolutely. I mean, you know, even if you just look up the definition of horror, I mean, Silence of the Lambs fits right into it. I mean, absolutely. What about you?
Yeah, it's like a thriller with horror elements because you have like cannibalism and, you know, making human suits, you know, out of skin and whatever. So it's definitely some horrific stuff in there.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's a good, like, multi-genre movie, and it balances everything really well, and it nails everything really well.
Yep.
I'm curious to know your thoughts, Sam.
I'm in the same boat.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you guys nailed it. Like thriller, horror. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually just watched it for the first time last year, so that's why he's asking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't think I was going to like it. I actually ended up really liking it. So
she watched it without me.
Yeah, I watched it at work.
Yeah, can you believe that shit?
Sorry. But sometimes I'm just in the mood for something and it has to happen then or it won't happen for another 5 years. I can't wait for you. Rage of the Machine or My Chemical Romance, Anthony?
Probably My Chemical Romance of the two. Yeah.
MCR for the win.
Yeah.
Like who had a bigger impact in the music scene long before these modern bands existed?
Oh, who had a bigger impact? Oh, man. Because Rise Against the Machines, they definitely had a pretty big impact too. So they may have had the bigger impact. Because I don't know if My Chemical Romance was really the first. They weren't because before them you had The Cure and you had a lot of other emo-y kind of bands, you know, and stuff. But Rise Against the Machine, you know, I don't know. I feel like they really sparked some things, you know, especially with like political like rock band or metal band or whatever doing their thing. And I don't know. I kind of feel like they probably were more innovative with their music.
Okay. What about Seven? Same niche? Hot take. I hated that movie.
No. See you guys later. Bye.
It is my favorite.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't blame you guys for leaving.
Everyone loves it. I'm in the minority. I know.
I get it though.
It's funny though because you really liked Silence of the Lambs, but you didn't like Seven, which is interesting because they're both like horror, thriller, mystery movies, atmospheric, you know, great cinematography, very dreary and ominous feeling. So it's interesting that I'm shocked, honestly, Sam. I would have thought you would have loved Seven just because of the.
I watched Seven before Silence of the Lambs, and that's why I thought I was gonna hate Silence of the Lambs.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
Was it just too like slow kind of for you?
Yeah, slow and boring. I liked the crime scenes, and that's it. I didn't care about anything else. So
you're supposed to get invested in the detectives.
Yeah.
I love a good detective story. Love those. Even the show True Detective, the first season, fantastic. Just great writing all the way around, and you know, and the characters and everything. If you guys haven't seen watch the first season of True Detective. You don't have to watch the rest of it because they're each their own story. Each season is its own like group of characters and stuff. So just watch the first season of True Detective.
The best one.
Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson.
Someone else recommended that. to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, like you like Sinner too.
Yeah, the
And-
show.
Yeah.
Jessica
Yeah, I
Biel,
love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bill
so good.
Pullman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Pullman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you liked every season of that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys consider 7 the same though? Like
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Put it
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got one of the best jump scares of any movie.
Okay. Corey's calling you out here. Horror like Rain of Fire.
It is. I have it coming in the mail, so I'm gonna rewatch it as soon as it comes in.
I need
It
to
looks
rewatch
fantasy
that. I've
to
only
me.
seen it
I
once,
haven't
but that was
seen
a
it.
pretty fun like movie. From what I remember, I had a good time with that. Yeah, I'll have to rewatch that one.
They're scary dragons.
Yeah. It was a cool concept. It really was. It was. I dug it.
Yeah, set in a post-apoc. I can't get into this.
Yeah.
I'll be on this for a while because I spent like 4 days on it asking everybody what they thought of it, and everybody's like, no, and I'm like, it is, but I can't do it. Corey.
Brendan, your first Letterboxd review should be for Reign of Fire. You should just write paragraphs. This is a horror movie.
I'm thinking about doing like a defending YouTube video on it, and
there you go.
Calling it horror. We'll see.
Do it.
See what kind of comments you get.
Well, I got to rewatch the film first. Go from there. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're saying you would rather watch Fincher's Zodiac?
Oh yeah, Fincher's Zodiac is fantastic. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, I would Zodiac? Still go with Seven or Silence of the Lambs, but Zodiac is great.
Zodiac's
there with them with like the detective,
atmospheric, very dreary, feeling,
serial killer.
Ominous. Right.
I've seen
detective
it.
Story.
I actually really liked that movie when I saw it, but I don't remember it, so I can't say if I would still like it today.
It's a good thing you don't remember it, honestly, because you could go back and rewatch it and kind of relive the whole thing over.
Maybe I will. I'll attempt it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just got a 4K, right?
It did.
Somewhat recently.
Yep.
Final question in the same vein. How about Long Legs? It's the same hybrid genre.
I'd say that one leans a little more into the horror.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, without giving anything away, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just the way it's shot and everything too.
Boxes.
Yeah.
Like thrilling and detective and serial killer type stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. First season of True Detective is great. Okay.
The theme song.
Oh, the theme song, the opening theme song, so good.
Yeah.
It was so good that Key and Peele actually did like a parody of it for their show where they would do and they'd show like them doing funny stuff while it's going on.
I need to see that.
Oh yeah, so good.
Bloodwire loved Reign of Fire.
It's so good.
Okay. You both follow me on the box. So what's your favorite review of mine? Tell me what movie you left my review in.
Ooh, honestly, Prince, I'll have to go and check, some more of your reviews or whatever, because that's hard to do right off the top of my head.
That is a tough question.
I do like to read other people's reviews, but that's just tough to do right off the top of my head. Yeah.
They don't stick in my brain when I read other people's often. Like I'm just reading it and then...
Yeah, because you're just kind of trying to get like a general gauge of like, okay, how was this movie? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it blah, blah, blah? And then you kind of take their opinion and, it might sway you one way or the other. But it's hard to remember everything they say, yeah.
Mommy, Daddy.
Yeah.
I was going to leave the Sam hated Zodiac. My heart can't take it. Yeah. Another show that I really liked was Sharp Objects. It's got a little bit of a crime to it, but it's more so horror.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that like Amy Adams, right?
Yeah.
That's the mom one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's fucked up.
Have you guys seen it?
No, is it only one season?
Like a limited series, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's dark.
It tells the story and then it's done. They're not going to do a season 2. Okay, good. I like that because if I know it's something that's actually worth watching and it tells a complete story, then that makes me want to watch it even more.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's a really dark movie.
Yeah, we watched that, and then I think we watched The Outsider.
Oh,
The
I
Stephen
didn't
King
see
one?
that one. Has Ben Mendelsohn?
Yeah, Stephen King. That's Stephen King as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, I
I don't
liked
remember
The
that one that
Outsider.
well.
Yeah,
It's
I
got
remember that being good.
is it Patrick Bateman?
Oh no, Patrick
Oh,
Bateman. Yeah, you're thinking of
I'm thinking of American
yeah,
Psycho.
American Psycho, yeah. Jason Bateman.
Was he in
Jason
that?
Bateman.
Yeah, Jason
Yeah.
Bateman. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jason
Jason-
Bateman,
I just remember Ben Mendelsohn being in
but it was
as the
mainly
lead.
Ben Mendelsohn, yeah, was the main guy, yep.
I feel like there was a
Yeah.
was it like Michelle Monaghan or someone like a lead female was in there too alongside him.
Right.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, that was a pretty
Remember.
good show. I mean, the ending was it was okay. It didn't quite live up to the like build up of the
Actually,
show.
I think
But
it might have actually been
Mhm.
Cynthia Erivo, maybe.
yeah.
So I think that might have been one of the first things I saw her in, and I didn't know who she was. And now I've seen her in Wicked, and she was amazing in that. So I
Yeah,
think that
it was
her.
with the shapeshifter who like blames people for murders.
Oh, okay. Now that you say shapeshifter,
Yeah.
I remember it a little bit, but I've
It's
watched
Cynthia
Sharp
Erivo,
Objects
yeah.
a couple times now, so that
Yeah,
one really
she
stuck
was the
with
one I
me.
was thinking of, the detective.
Yeah.
Underrated popcorn horror: Intruder and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the Christopher
Oh,
Johnson
fun.
movie.
yes.
Oh yeah, that one
yes.
is fun.
I want to see an Intruder. I don't think we've seen that one, right? Is that the one in the grocery store?
Yes.
There's a couple of them. There was one with Clive Owen too.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
Intruder's from like
remember
the
it.
80s. Right?
Yeah,
and then
Yeah.
there's another one
Yeah.
from like the 2000s or 2010s.
I like the Intruder in the grocery store. That one was a lot of fun. That was I like
Yeah, I wanna
the
see
killer in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. I have it sitting here, but we just haven't watched it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ted
Yeah.
Raimi.
Wait until you get to that
Bruce
third act.
Campbell.
That third act of Intruder is just like it's a hoot, man. It's kind of funny and it's fun. I like when you get the killer reveal. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely check that one out. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the classic, the classic movie and the show. But yeah, that movie, man, I watched that one growing up and just absolutely loved it.
It's a blast.
Donald Sutherland and yeah,
Luke Perry.
Yeah.
He was really good in that. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
And Rutger
Until Dawn
Hauer.
video. Until Dawn video game movie adaptation. I can't wait for that. I'm going to be away when that comes out, and I really want to see it. You're going to go without me.
It looks really good.
All right. Final category is the killer. Do you guys have anything to add about the killers?
Oh, yeah, I loved all of the main killers, but then when they get to the third act and they reveal that random guy that she's torturing or whatever, that's the part that kind of, I wasn't really big into it, but they're obviously trying to set up for sequels and stuff. But as far as all the regular killers go out in the woods and all that stuff, they're all just terrific. It's all like 10 out of 10 as far as the killers out in the woods. Yep.
Yeah. I said they were cool looking and brutal, but I wish we got to know more about them and like how they were chosen and
I wrote that
participate in
too.
that game. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I want to know why they were there, like how they were picked, and just more about them. And then I also wanted to know more about the organization as well, but like that would have had to be in another movie, I guess, but we didn't get that.
I took it as like a death race situation. These are prisoners that like might get told that they win their freedom if they participate in this game.
Oh, see, if we knew that, we didn't though.
It's kind of why I took it. It looks like they all have like some kind of jumpsuit on underneath, and it all looks genuinely the same.
Oh,
What's interesting to me that none of them spoke either. Like they were
Yeah.
really strong and like aggressive, but it's like they didn't seem like they had much else
maybe
going
they
on for them.
cut out their tongues
Yeah.
before they got put out there, and they all have masks on, so you can't see that.
Yeah.
They would make like noises when they're running or like grunting and stuff, but they never spoke. None of them.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
That makes sense. I think that's a good idea. Actually, that'd be very believable. They like cut their tongues out or something like that. That's once again probably something you would get in like the sequel to explain it. But I like
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah.
We can make it.
Yeah.
yeah, you guys can write
Better.
the script.
Yeah.
I gotta find
Definitely.
that special effects team though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Please come back.
Did you have anything to add? Sorry.
No, I think I've said my piece on all the killers and stuff.
Okay, scary rating out of 10, 10 being the scariest movie you've ever seen, 1 being not scary at all. What would you rate this movie?
I would give it a 0 because it's not scary, but to me, I mean, I watch so much horror, and stuff, but to me, it's not like there's no real like jump scares or anything like. So unless you're just afraid of blood and guts, that's really the only thing there. So for me, it would be a 0. What
That'd
about
be
you?
more of like a gross factor with that. But yeah, as far
Yeah.
as scares, unless you're just easily scared by creepy mask, which is fair, and you're watching at night and you're alone, I could see that. But for us, we're very desensitized, so
Yeah.
I'd go with 0 as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I might go with like a 1, maybe a 2, depending on somebody else's tolerance to gore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lingering scenes, maybe.
Yeah. But other than that, like for me personally, this is a 0.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, probably a 2 for the lingering scenes, but like we're slasher fans, we get amped up about that stuff. So
Yeah, definitely.
it's more so fun for us. Rewatchability, and would you recommend?
Yeah, so for me, I would say rewatchability probably no for me, but I would recommend maybe not the whole movie, but just checking out those kills and stuff would be kind of cool. Like if you could go to like YouTube and just get like all the kills on there, because honestly, that special effects team, they should be recognized for that. I
Mhm.
truly believe that because I think they did great work. I'd like to see actually what else they've worked on in the past and now in the future as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. What about you?
Well, it's funny that you say that because we did not really like discuss our thoughts, but what I wrote down is, not rewatchable, like one time watch for me for sure. But or I thought I wrote more, maybe because I'm trying to remember, what did you just say?
Yeah.
I'm like a brain fart, as they say.
Yeah.
But basically, I agree with you. Like, that if you could like fast forward to the kills and see all that, that's what's worth seeing. But like all the other stuff in between doesn't really give you a lot. But maybe recommend for like a one-time watch so you can just see it for the kills. But
Yeah, like
that's about it.
a compilation of all of the kills would be awesome on YouTube, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and the special effects team, that's what I was talking about too.
Yeah.
For those guys should be recognized. I'd love to see actually some like special features behind the scenes just with that crew that did all the effects and everything.
You don't even need context for like the kills, but you just see them and you can appreciate how well done they are. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Mhm.
Awesome. Rewatchability is for me, I might maybe in like another 4 years, 4 or 5 years, when I've forgotten kind of
Yeah.
everything about it,
That's what I was gonna
But you've
say.
forgotten
Yeah.
about Rose.
You gotta
Yeah.
think about Rose.
and then I can be disappointed all over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kills are so good in it; they're definitely worth watching. So that's why I would recommend.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I would recommend it to a slasher fan for sure. And just let them know not to expect too much with the acting and stuff, I guess. But yeah, rewatchability, like it would be way down the road once I've forgotten about it too, just to probably watch for the kills again, because it isn't a long movie or anything. It's not like a huge commitment.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe if I was like camping in like 5-10 years and we wanted something fun to watch in the forest, like that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I'd like somebody to watch this movie and give it a reboot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would.
Final movie rating as a whole. I'm just gonna throw Holland's. He said Anthony in the comment. That's what threw me off. It says 0, even though Sam asked 1 to 10. Fuck the rules. Prince, we'll get to your final questions in a second. Final movie rating as a whole out of 5. 5 stars. What would you guys rate this movie?
Yeah, so I would probably give this. I'm gonna be honest.
That's okay.
I'd probably say a 1.5 out of 5 for me, realistically, just because the only thing I really liked about it were the kills. You know what I mean?
And the looks of the killers.
Yeah, but that can only take you so far because Rose and like and seizure lady, and and just like the dialogue between all the main characters and stuff was just like I couldn't take it. So yeah, I'd go 1.5 out of 5 for me. What about you?
So for me, for comparison, I rated Madam Web 1.5 star, and that was a horrible movie. This is better than Madam Web, so I gave it 2.5. And I'm really trying to give it credit for the awesome kills and the really creative killers, but it's just the story itself definitely could have been better. So
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going 2 stars even.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with 3.
3?
Yeah,
Really?
I didn't have a problem with the pacing personally. I just had a problem with Rose. So
yes.
me and Rose can beef it out another time. I'm gonna give it a 3
Rose.
stars. I really did enjoy the kills and stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
give
think
it a
that's
3.
awesome. That's what's great about movies, right? We can all share our thoughts, talk about it, have different star ratings, this, that. But at the end of the day, everybody has their own preferences. I mean, I like a lot of movies that people I know consider like absolute trash. Like I really like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Let's go.
Straight up.
Let's go.
I do like that remake.
And I do too.
And I like the Friday the 13th remake, which a lot of people say is trash, and I know Sam loves that one too.
Love it.
And I like Dream Child, the Nightmare on Elm Street 5 Dream Child. I think that's a really great entry into that one as well, and I know a lot of people can't stand that movie. So I mean, yeah. But I think that's cool because then we can have interesting discussions and stuff, and it makes it more fun.
The cool thing with this movie is that all of our ratings were like kind of along the same lines, like in the same ballpark, nothing like too drastically higher or
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Sam was going to be pulling out the 4 or 5 star for this one.
No. This ain't Hatchet.
Well, even Hatchet, I find, suffers from the same.
I agree.
Same issues that this movie has. The only difference is the characters are actually likable and
I was
fun.
gonna say I have a lot more fun with the characters in Hatchet. I love Hatchet.
But
I don't know why I just typed in Hatchet in Google. I'm looking for the Furies fun facts. I'm getting distracted. Oh, the Furies. There wasn't many fun facts for this movie.
Yeah, there's not even any special features on the DVD.
Yeah. Okay, so at about the 47-minute mark, one of the characters mentions the siren in reference to the sound device keeping them trapped. This could also be a slight nod to the creatures of Greek mythology whose singing lured sailors to their deaths. The title of the Furies also references deities from Greek mythology.
I think that's a stretch.
Yeah.
That far.
It even says it might reference a slight nod. 31 minutes, 58 seconds. You can see one of the girls grabbing a blade. It jiggles and it clearly is made of rubber.
I did notice that. I did see that.
Did you?
Was it the machete?
The machete. It was when they were in like the tool shed area. It was when they were in like that tool shed thing, and I believe it's a machete, and you can see it like wiggling a bit when she,
Were they in the tool shed 30 minutes in? I thought they didn't get there
a
little later.
I don't know. I do remember a scene.
30 minutes.
Yeah, I remember a scene where I do.
What about that girl that you saw her blink?
Oh yes, yeah. Oh yeah. That was something I noticed too. So her friend that gets her throat slit, and then she's just laying there dead with her eyes open. She blinks.
You saw her blink.
Yeah, I saw her blink, and she kind of, even after that, you can kind of see her eyes like shifting a little bit or whatever too.
Struggling.
And I'm like, God, I just don't get. Just have them close their eyes after they die. Like it's such an easy fix. I don't know why they don't do that.
Yeah.
It always drives me crazy
funny.
in movies. Just have them close their eyes.
I didn't notice that.
I think I noticed the blink.
Huh.
The blink,
but I didn't notice the wobbly machete.
Yeah.
Okay, where did I leave off here? Oh, you haven't seen the animated Watchmen, Anthony? Come on, dude.
I haven't seen a lot of the newer stuff, but like I'm kind of playing catch up because there's just so many between the movies in the theater and then some of the stuff that I just like to rewatch for fun. and
stuff on streaming,
right? Shutter, new Shutter movies and stuff. It's just hard to keep up with everything, you know.
Mhm.
But I do
Yeah.
love my DC animated movies, so I gotta start watching them. Yeah.
Bloodwire says random, but don't tell mom the babysitter's dead needs a Blu-ray or 4K.
Agreed.
Yeah, I haven't
Stuck
seen
on
that
DVD.
movie in a long time. Yeah.
Add it to the list. We'll rewatch it.
We gotta rewatch
It's
that
super
one.
Yeah.
Final question, because I got to plan what I watched today. Thoughts on Jared Leto as a singer of 30 Seconds to Mars and an actor?
I like Jared Leto as his, you know, I mean, I think I like a couple of his songs as far as his band goes. But as an actor, I like him. I like him in Blade Runner 2049. I didn't even, you know, even though he's so ridiculous looking, I didn't even hate his Joker as much as
He was
everybody
fun.
did.
He was fun to watch.
You know, he's like gangster Joker. He's trying to do something different because obviously, if you try to do anything like Heath Ledger related, people are going to be like, "Oh, you're copying Heath Ledger. You're stealing his thing." And if you try to do like the classic, like Jack Nicholson or anything like that, then they're going to be like, "Oh, you're a hack." You know, so he just tried to give it, I think, his own touches, and I don't know. I didn't hate it as much as I'm not saying it's the best Joker or anything. I mean, I love Heath Ledger's, but it was okay. I didn't think it was as bad as everybody was making it out to be.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed all of his scenes. Him and Harley. I mean, like they were the best.
And then Jared Leto in Panic Room is fantastic with those cornrows. Come on, it's so good. So yeah, I like Jared Leto.
Yeah, I like him as both.
Requiem for a Dream. Come on.
I think he's talented at both.
Yeah.
I don't know him as a singer personally. I used to see clips of his stuff and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But I do agree as an actor, he's kind of like this chameleon that kind of sits in anywhere. Like I didn't know he was in Fight Club for the longest time.
Fight Club, yes.
Hair.
Yep.
Yeah, the bleached blonde hair.
Gets his face just like mangled.
Yeah.
Mangled, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I think he's a good actor.
Yeah. Sending some love to you guys here.
You're awesome.
He said we're his serotonin boost.
Oh yeah. Thank you,
cute.
Prince.
Shudtober is on the plate for me too, so thanks for the stream.
Nice.
There wasn't enough budget for 2 throat slits. She forgot to close her eyes.
Exactly, Alan. Yeah, they're like, we can't redo this whole thing. Fuck it, leave it in.
No one will notice.
Oh. Hey, Captain Steve.
Hey, Captain Steve.
We're just wrapping up here.
Bucket of chum.
Bucket of Chum. I know, that's awesome. It's a great name.
It is. Leto is great in Requiem for a Dream.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, completely agree. Yep.
All right.
All right.
We did the Furies. Sorry you guys didn't like it.
No. Hey, once again, it was such a quick watch anyway. It's not like it's really much of a time investment.
Yeah.
It was nice, quick, easy, and I appreciated, like I said, the practical effects and the look of the killers and everything. So yeah.
Plus, it gave us an excuse to hang out with you guys again.
Absolutely.
So it was worth the watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that you guys are together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it too.
I love streaming with you guys. I look forward to our next one. Whatever our next thing is, it'll be good.
We'll have to plan something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any plans for while she's visiting? Like, how long are you staying there?
I'll be going back on Tuesday.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna go see a couple movies. We got some stuff to do, some some shopping, going out. Yeah, just probably doing that. We're gonna have definitely some more movies at home to watch too, because we've got some stuff planned. Like I'm gonna show her the movie Bad Dreams, which is kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff in a way, but it's still really cool. And I think we might rewatch Panic Room together because I got that 4K, the Steelbook and stuff. So I thought that would be fun.
I want to see that.
Nice.
And
I've never seen it.
we're both gonna watch Raising Cain for the first time, and that's a John Lithgow film. We haven't seen that, and it's Brian De Palma, so that will be fun. Yeah, and we might go see Beethoven in the theater, and we're gonna do like I said, a bunch of running around and stuff. So we're gonna be pretty busy. Yeah,
Awesome.
it'll be fun. Now, what are you gonna show me, babe?
Riding Cars with Boys, which is a great movie. Drew Barrymore, love her. What else was I going to show you? Maybe Tombstone, because you still haven't seen that. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
it's a longer one. It's like 2 hours, but it's a great one. I feel like it goes pretty fast. Say Anything, classic John Cusack that you
Yep.
haven't seen. I know these are. Oh, Juno as well. Really want to show you that one. That one's a great
Juno.
time.
Yeah.
I've seen it so many times. I feel like there might have been one more, but
Yeah.
I'm forgetting.
But it's a good mix. We've got horror, western, comedy, romance, drama, a little bit of everything. Yep.
Love it.
Well, that's awesome.
How about you two? Do you have anything coming up? Anything fun?
Oh boy.
We're gonna go visit my Oma tomorrow and get
Yes.
Chinese food.
Yep.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that, and I think we're doing a physical media movie count on
Oh, Sunday. Yeah, we're counting part 6 of counting the physical media collection
Yep.
is on Sunday.
Hell yes.
We left off at 328, mostly DVDs we're still at.
Yeah, we're still at DVDs.
Yeah. So yeah. Part 6 comes Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got some live scheduled for next week too, but we'll announce them on Sunday. I've already said a couple of them, but
Oh, okay.
but yeah, before we leave, tell everyone where they can find you one last time. It's in the
Sure.
description too, guys.
Yeah, you can just find me at Anthony's Horror and More on YouTube, where I talk about collectibles and movies and all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. As you can see, I've got a lot of collectibles behind me here. So,
Awesome.
and then yeah, on Instagram, Anthony's Horror, and on Letterboxd, I believe it's Anthony's Horror or something
I
like
think so. Yeah.
something like that, or yeah. So yeah, that's where you can find me. How about you?
And then alydematti on Letterboxd mostly. Well, I'm active on Instagram a lot as well, but Letterboxd is like my pride and joy. I
Yeah,
love that. I love logging stuff on there.
she got me hooked on Letterboxd. I didn't even really know about that until she told me, and now ever since she told me about it, and I started doing it like late 2023, and then 2024, I was like, okay, we're logging everything and doing reviews and this and that, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun. And now 2025, same thing. Like I said, already up to 100 movies, and it's been a good year so far.
It's really helpful when you watch as much as we do, because otherwise it's like you just totally forget what you've seen, what you think of it. That's why I love to rate things, write my thoughts down so that I can go back and see what I liked about it or what I didn't like, or
Yep.
yeah.
I get that. I watch a lot of TV in between my movies, so like stuff goes in my head and out my head, and it's like I can't remember shit from last year. But thanks to everyone that tuned into the chat, Prince, Holland, Ryan, everyone. And yeah, we love having you guys on. We can't wait to do it again.
Hey, we love being here. Thank you for having us on.
Of course.
Of course.
Bye,
Hope
everybody.
everyone has a nice night.
You
Bye.
do the
Stay
lightning?
spooky.
Is it gonna work?
Is it gonna work?
Yes!
Yeah.
For the third time.
Bye, guys.